There are sights burned into the minds of the people who witnessed them, sights that changed them, sights some say should have stayed hidden forever. Today we're looking at the things humans were never meant to see, and what happened to the people who saw them anyway. Section 1. The Trinity Test, July 16, 1945. The New Mexico desert. A small group of scientists watched the sky turn brighter than the sun itself. It was the first detonation of a nuclear weapon, and the people who watched it described something almost impossible to put into words. A light that seemed to come from inside their own skulls, heat on their faces from over 5 miles away, and then silence, because nobody knew what to say to something that powerful. Physicist Kenneth Bainbridge turned to the test director afterward and said simply, "Now we're all sons of bitches." It was the moment humanity saw a force it had unlocked but never truly understood. And once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Section 2. Deep-sea creatures at full depth. 95% of the ocean has never been seen by human eyes, and the deeper submersibles go, the stranger things get. At the bottom of the Mariana Trench, 7 miles down, the pressure is over 1,000 times what it is at the surface. It's a place of total darkness, crushing weight, and creatures so alien-looking that scientists sometimes can't classify them on sight. Some researchers who've gone down there describe an overwhelming sense of wrongness. Not fear exactly, but the feeling that they're somewhere they simply don't belong, a world that existed for billions of years without ever expecting a visitor. Here. Section 3. The Chernobyl Elephant's Foot. Beneath Reactor 4 at Chernobyl sits a mass of melted nuclear fuel, sand, and concrete known as the Elephant's Foot. It's one of the most radioactive objects ever created by human hands. A single photograph of it, taken with a camera on a timer because no human could stay in the room, shows something almost beautiful, dark, glassy, rippled like solid lava. The radiation it emitted in 1986 was so intense that standing near it for just a few minutes was enough to cause radiation sickness. Staying for an hour could be lethal. Even now, decades later, it remains too dangerous to approach directly. It's a reminder that some things we build don't just become dangerous, they become unseeable. Section 4. What astronauts saw and didn't talk about. Several astronauts have described a strange psychological shift after seeing Earth from space for the first time, sometimes called the overview effect. A wave of emotion so intense that grown men and women have cried, gone silent, or said they were never quite the same again. But it's not just the overview. Some astronauts have spoken about the surreal terror of looking out into the blackness of space and realizing just how small, fragile, and alone our planet really is. It's not a monster, it's not a ghost, it's just scale. And scale, it turns out, can be one of the most unsettling things a human mind can process. Section 5. The Bodies Preserved by Pompeii. When archaeologists began excavating Pompeii, they didn't just find ruins, they found people, frozen in the final second of their lives, captured in volcanic ash that hardened around their bodies like a mold. Plaster casts made from those voids show people curled up, covering their faces, holding each other. Nearly 2,000 years later, we can still see the exact moment fear took over. It's one thing to read about a disaster in a history book. It's another thing entirely to stand in a room and look directly into the last expression a human being ever made. Maybe none of these things were truly meant to be seen, not because they're cursed, but because they show us something we'd rather not admit: how small we are, how fragile we are, and how far curiosity can carry us into places that were never built for human eyes. If this gave you chills, hit subscribe, because next time, we're going even deeper.